Tonight on Christian Newsmakers, we want to talk about kindness. Dr. Garrott Benjamin Jr. served as the senior pastor of Light of the World Christian Church for nearly 43 years. He's written a book called The Kindness Code, Unlocking Humanity's Superpower. Tom, thanks so much for joining me here on Christian Newsmakers.
Well, Scott, I'm telling you, I'm so glad to see you, and you look great. I don't understand. I guess the white hair fixes it so you never age, right? Uh-huh.
Well, you're being very kind. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you and spend some time talking about kindness. Why did you decide to write this book?
Well, it really came out of my own failure. I came to Indianapolis last year, and I come often, but I was there to receive an award from the seminary, and it was a Living Legend Award, first that they've ever given, the only one they've ever given. I'm driving down the street, and of course, as we would do, we pulled up to a stoplight, and there was the proverbial guy standing there with the sign saying, I'm hungry, I'm homeless, I have children, I was in the war, et cetera, et cetera. And for some strange reason, Scott, my attitude just wasn't good that day. I guess it was the day before the award, but that was neither here nor there. So what happened was that I didn't really look at the man. I mean, I've seen this over and over and over again, as we all have. I didn't look at the man. He stared into the car, as they do, and then I just prayed for the light to change. But as I drove away, I said, now, here's the bishop on the road, I guess, to Jericho. And the Good Samaritan story came to me as I was driving, and I had to pull over, and I actually wept and said, after all these years, you missed an opportunity to be kind. And that's what got me going on the book. And it was my own failure that was the platform for that message. Mm-hmm. So, I was, I actually was embarrassed. I was ashamed. And I remember many years ago having that happen. And I remember at Keystone and 86th Street, guy used to stand down there all the time. I got out back then, 30 years ago, witnessed to him, and actually got him, he was a white brother, and I got him to come to our church, and he stayed with us for a couple of years. And then here, 30 years later, I lost my mojo for kindness, and it really was just a one incident thing. But if you understand what I mean, we all are faced with an opportunity to help somebody who cannot help themselves.
Yep, that's right.
And so often we're unable to do that. Now, not to mention that we're just living in a very contentious, callous time where people just have seemed to have lost the art of kindness. And I just think that I call myself an ambassador, an ambassador for kindness. I want to bring it back. I want to make it, put it in the forefront. And I think the timing of my message today is very, very important. Yeah.
I love the subject matter. So you write in the book about Superman being your hero, but you tell readers there's a Superman or a Superwoman in all of us. What do you mean by that?
Well, I just think that what kindness does, it really unlocks what I call the superpower. When I used to watch Superman on TV, and I used to read the comic books, I had a little outfit that I used to wear for Halloween. I was a Superman fan, but I thought of Superman as one of just physical strength. But after I saw that movie, it occurred to me that his real strength was kindness, because it wasn't just going faster than a speeding bullet or leaping over tall buildings. If he did that over buildings with a single bound, if he did it because he was trying to get to somebody, to rescue them, to lift them, to bless them, to set them free from some problem. And so, I said, well, that actually is our superpower. And honestly, Scott, if I look back over my career and all of the blessings and they really all came not because of my talent, but they really came because of the way I generally treat people. I had that one little breakdown, which reminded me of who I really am. Who are you? Kindness is what is my superpower, and I believe it's everybody's superpower if they would release it. Yeah.
Love that. You know, Jesus told so many parables during his ministry. What did his parables reveal about being kind to others?
Yeah. Well, actually, you know, you're a student of the word. All of his parables, actually, the bottom line, kindness. But the Good Samaritan, you know, and of course, that's the S that we should be wearing on our chest. You know, Superman, that, you know, superpower, kindness. That story tells it all. I think, Scott, you know that the church has kind of lost some of its ground in the last 10 years. And I think part of it is because we've become so institutional that we forget that the church needs to be turned inside out. Our mission is to reach the lost, the last, the lonely, the suffering. That we only go to church to do that. But it seems like we've gotten in a situation where we worship the building and we worship the people around us and we worship the pastor, but we don't get out and really deal with the struggle. So that Good Samaritan story reminds us that there is a road. We all travel it. We all run into people. We don't know what they're going through, and we have to show kindness. And when the gentleman got off his horse and helped the broken, the beaten, and the bruised man, two other people passed him by. But the third person actually helped him. Not only did he help him, he followed up with him by taking him to an inn, leaving him with the innkeeper, and telling the innkeeper, when I come back this way, if it costs more than what I've given you, I'll handle that. Now, that's the kind of spirit we need to take into the rest of this century. Yeah. And I think that story really tells it all, because I saw myself that day as one of the people who passed by. Now, that's not normally the way I function. So I don't want you to, I don't want to act like this is, that was a blip on the screen, but it produced a book,
right?
Because it was so graphic, you know.
Right.
So yes.
One of the things I really enjoyed about your book was this sentence: kindness is action, not a mere feeling. Tell me about that.
Okay, well, you know, we're all about love. We love to say we love. We love other people. We love other races. But we also love ice cream, you know, and we also, you know, we also love hamburgers, and we also love, you know. So you see, you have to watch that word. So what we really are talking about, kindness is love in action. Yeah. To me, that is the next level. I mean, we must surely love, hopefully, is in our hearts, but it has to become an action, and we have to do something. And that's our problem. We love everybody, so we say, but what have you done for them lately? And that's our challenge. And I think that we're climbing uphill with it, with all that we're being surrounded with, you know. But I really think it's a person-to-person thing. You know, I have a 3 steps that I think that are really important. First is attitude. You know, the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You first of all, you've got to work on your attitude. What are you thinking about? I mean, then that attitude uh, becomes tested just in walking down the street. You know, we've gotten so we don't speak to one another. We look down. We look down at the ground. What happened to good morning? How are you today? How's it going? Hey, Scott, nice to see you. Well, if I don't even know Scott, hello, how are you? You know, we used to have, I know you remember because you followed me over the years, but we used to have a thing called the Respect Academy at our church.
That's right.
I used to teach the children, shake hands firmly, look the person in the eye, say good morning, Scott, we're so happy to have you here. Speak. So attitude really becomes important. That's one step. You know, another step is the whole issue of action. I mean, we have to do something, say something, you know, and not just, you know, talk about how kind and loving we really are. So I think that, you know, that if we can ever get over this business of just the feeling and move toward the action, we'll be so much better off. And I think that it's a magnet. I think that we were born, first of all, to love and to be kind. And I think we have learned how to hate and to be small-minded.
Yeah.
And I think we have to go back directly to what did God do? God created us in his image. We call it, the theologians call it the imago Dei, you know, but we need attitude. We need acknowledgement. Can you acknowledge the person? I mean, we're in the grocery store and the person, it's sad. We look down. We don't look at each other.
That's right.
We're afraid of each other, and we need to really correct that. And then I think action. We have to move as the Good Samaritan. We have to get off our horse.
I like that.
And cross the road.
Right.
Cross the road. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Tom, help us out, because many of us have somebody in our life who is not kind to us.
Yeah.
Who, you know, maybe a family member, a friend, or coworker. But what do you tell us when there's somebody in our life who is not kind to us? What do we do?
Well, you know, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I used to say it, if you'll allow me to say it, well, maybe not, but I used to say, love the hell out of people. You just, the people have a lot of hangups. You don't know what they're going through, and you have to be careful that person could very well be really hurting. Yeah. And you and I need to know that that's usually what the issue is. They either haven't been raised right. If they're in your family, they may have something against you or someone. But I declare that if you will treat them the way Christ treats you, you can bring that person around. I've never really seen it fail. I've had some pretty difficult characters in my life. And I have won them by kindness. I've never lost a person, I'll just put it that way, I've never lost a person because they have been unkind to me. I have shown them kindness, and eventually they come around. But I do think at the same time, kindness is not weakness. Kindness is strength. It's not weakness. It's not just letting people run over you. That's not the idea. The idea is that whatever they're dealing with, whatever they're going through, whatever problems they have, you be nice to them. Yep. And don't fall into that trap that they have found themselves in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You choose the Jesus way, right?
The only way.
That's
it's
right.
The only way. And all of the parables, you mentioned it a minute ago, if you look at them, they all were Jesus showing kindness.
Yeah, I
And
love that.
kindness is our superpower. One of the writers, Maya Angelou, said it so well. Said people may not remember what you did. They may not even remember what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So you close each chapter with the same encouragement. Pray for it, practice it, promote it, stand for it, vote for it, join the kindness movement, be kind. It's not that hard. Tell our viewers why that is so important.
Well, I think that, for instance, we're struggling today politically, and it's primarily because it's us against them. It's blue against red. It's all of that. But basically, that's not really our battle. We need to see each other as human beings, again, made in the image of God, and it's not up to us to divide ourselves based on politics. We have to get beyond that. We have to. I feel this angst, this tremendous pulling apart, and ask the question again, because I'm trying to get to where you wanted to go. What did you ask?
Yeah, it's the way that you close each chapter. You have a certain saying or a phrase, if you will, at the end of every chapter. Tell our viewers about that.
Yeah. Well, that's. I want you to pray for it. I want you to practice it. I want you to promote it. I mean, it is not something that you can just leave on the shelf. It's a lifestyle. And I said you ought to vote for it. And it's not red or blue. It's not Republican or Democrat. Vote for the kind man. Vote for the kind woman. See it in them. That's going to help the community. We need kind politicians, strong politicians, but kind politicians. We need people of substance, but kind. We need people who have a certain idea about leadership, but kind. See, my problem is not with policy. It's with people who are not kind.
I understand.
Yeah. And that's where that meanness, that wickedness, that's of the underworld. That's from the devil. We know that is evil, and it won't last. But we should not play into it. We should promote kindness, pray for kindness, practice kindness, and really vote for kindness. It's easy for me to vote, to know who to vote for, because I'm going to vote for the kind person.
Right. Well, the name of the book is The Kindness Code, Unlocking Humanity's Superpower. Dr. Tom Garrett Benjamin Jr., thanks so much for joining me here on Christian Newsmakers. You did a great job tonight.
Well, let me tell you something. You are one of my favorite guys, and you look exactly the same. I'm the one that's getting old, and you're getting younger. Love you, and know that God loves you too.
Thank you.
And not a thing you can do about it.
God loves you too, my friend. Thanks so much for joining us here.
Thank you. And I hope that when I come back to town, maybe we can sit down in the studio and do this over a longer period. I've got a lot to say about this. Yeah.
I'd love it. Thanks so much. Great to talk to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Scott. Goodbye.
Okay. See you later.
Yeah.